let's just get it together. Please. My camera and my what the f am I trying to say to you? Sometimes your plants go through a panty with you and they survive, okay, but they end up looking like how you feel. Rough. Really rough. On the brink. Barely holding on. But they're surviving, just like us. And that's what I want you to take away from this. There will always be a new leaf. Okay? Hang in there. Hang in there. Thank you. Y'all are so far away. Hold everything. How are we supposed to talk about plants if you can't even see me? Let's try adjusting. Hold on. I'm new. Y'all better be nice to me. Do y'all like that? Ew. Oh, the lighting's so bad. Hold on. Oh, let's test. You can't see my face. Someday I'll be a YouTuber mom. Not a YouTubing mom. I was like speaking to my mother. Shout out. The only Karen that isn't a Karen. Is the best way I can describe it. I'm gonna record one segment and we're gonna see how I feel about this lighting, this posture, all of this. I'm just gonna get comfortable, you know? Can you see though? Hi, welcome back to The Experience. My name is Sarah. Thanks for joining me again. We are going to talk about plants today. Woo! Yay! Okay, so I mostly have experience with succulents and all of a sudden I forgot every single type of plant I've ever taken care of. Okay, Hoya. I love philodendron. I have a lot of monstera. I mean, if you consider 3 types a lot of monstera, which most people probably would not. Moving on. I like begonias, but they mostly don't like me. So I have like one pride and joy begonia that I will do anything to keep happy. I'll sell my soul to keep this begonia happy. But other than that, like most of them have dipped after a year, so we'll see. I've been getting into alocasia a lot lately. This is my first winter that I've had alocasia overwintered, and they did drop all their leaves, but it looks like they are still alive and trying to grow more. And that's really all that matters at this point. I will be upping the moisture and the humidity in the air because I think that they want more of that to be happy, and I'm happy to give that to them. I just need a better humidifier for in that room. My plant journey began like many do. Lots of dead plants. Lots of dead, sad, crispy, rotted plants. And that's completely normal. And I think people feel really bad and like guilty, but there will be more. And if you care about that kind of plant so much that you're willing to try again and again, I recommend that you do so because it is worth it. There's some plants that I've tried multiple times to learn how to take care of, and it's worth it every single time. Some of them I'm still trying to figure it out. That's also okay. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody just picks up on things like right away. So don't worry. It's a learning process no matter what your level is. For a long time I didn't understand what plants needed before I took the Master Gardener course. And here's what the things are. Light, soil, oxygen, water. Those are what plants need to thrive. It's a lot of the things we need to thrive. We do not need soil. But everything else, you can relate. So water your plants, water yourself, but don't water your plants too much. That is the #1 killer of plants. a lot of, I'm going to rip this Band-Aid off right now and just say, plant owners, new plant owners, be careful to not overwater your plants. Don't move your plants around a bunch of times. Let them get used to the place that they're going to live, because just like us, plants need time to acclimate before they can really start functioning at their full capacity. So just give your plants a moment, maybe a week or so, a couple weeks. Don't move them around a bunch of times. Just let them settle, you know? Just settle down. Also, one last thing. I don't know if this is very controversial, but I feel like it needs to be said. When you first bring your plant home, unless it's a bare root, like wrapped plant, leave that plant in the nursery pot for at least minimum like a couple weeks, so that it can acclimate to your home environment without also having to acclimate to an entirely new pot, new soil. It's gonna be a shock to the plant on top of shock to the plant on top of shock to the plant. You know what I mean? Take it. I know it's exciting. The nursery pots aren't cute usually. Get a catch pot. Get a decorative pot to put your plant inside so that it looks cute, but that your plant doesn't have to endure another shock just because you don't like the look of the nursery pot. And believe me, I'm with you. I don't like how they look. I try to get pots to cover and to house my plants eventually. But I don't put them in that pot until they are acclimated to my home environment, and not until they have outgrown that nursery pot as well. You have to think of the plant's needs and the size of the root system in comparison to the pot that it is in before you consider repotting that plant. And when you do repot the plant, only go one size up, which is usually an inch or so on the sides, an inch or so on the bottom, because otherwise those roots, you're not going to see growth on top until the plant has acclimated its root system to the soil that it's in, to the pot size that it's in. So if you don't want to stunt the growth of the foliage, only up the pot size one step at a time. Thank you. My little rant. So first, I learned how to care for succulents. I was prone to neglect plants. I'm a very forgetful person. I'm not good at taking care of things. It was easiest for me to learn how to take care of succulents first and then branch out slowly as my knowledge expanded. I'm sorry, you can see that. After succulents, I moved on towards aroids and a lot of not difficult to find houseplants, but just not easy to find. Like, if I found one I'd had my eye on and I'd seen it online a bunch, but I'd never seen it in person, and say I find that plant in person, I decide then and there, like, is this specific plant, the quality of it, the availability of it, is it worth getting this plant even though I'm not quite sure if I can take care of it, and learning how to take care of it, and also being okay with the fact that it might die in my house. It's a decision everyone has to make for themselves, because I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm saying for me, I did a lot of research. Every single time I brought a plant home, I would look up where it was native to, what environments it thrives in, other people's suggestions for taking care of that plant, that actual type of plant, because even say it's a begonia, if it's a cane begonia, it's going to be a different care than other kinds of begonias. So looking into those kinds of specifics. I could not say that word. Oh God. I talked all day and now I come home and I'm choosing to talk more into a camera. My favorite types of plants are, in no particular order, Hoya, Philodendron, Syngonium, and Alocasia. I also would like to mention I really enjoy any kind of vining plant. Definitely aroids, definitely velvet plants. Velvet plants are like a gift straight from the universe. The universe didn't have to do that for us, but they did that. It did that. anyways, watch my Wicca video because I feel a lot of things about the universe. I'll say my favorite type of succulent, although I have moved on from succulents for the most part just because I haven't really had the environment to grow them well. Like, my light is limited in my living space right now, so the plants that I have to really make sure get the light, they have to get the light. So I've whittled down my succulent amounts lately because I can't fit them all in the windows and have hope for my other plants. But I will say, my favorite type of succulents are Haworthia. I really like the Haworthia cooperi. They're called the window pane. They have transparent tops so that the sunlight can go in and kind of like bounce around in there. So it kind of collects more light because it has more of a space like to gather. It's very cool. Look it up. There's a round form. There's a pointed form. I've had them both, but the round form died. It got aphids. I don't want to talk about aphids on this video right now. It's too soon to get into that. But I will get another. I miss it. It made me so happy. I will find it again. I'll find it again. And I'd like to talk about that. If you ever, like, you lose a plant that you care about, you love that kind of plant, like, for example, I'm going to make a whole video about this type of thing, but this is a strawberry cream Syngonium. She's struggled through the quarantine. She's struggled. I've struggled with taking care of them, and they have struggled. But she is putting out new leaves. We're getting better. We're doing okay. She's doing okay. But anyways, wow, moral of the story. Sorry, I love my plants. That's my second attempt at a strawberry cream Syngonium. That's my second physical type of plant that I've gotten of that one because the first one was too small. And I've noticed personally, if a Syngonium is too young, I don't know what it is, I just can't give it what it needs to continue thriving. But if I get a medium-sized Syngonium, it's got a pretty good amount of growth, it can hang in there and it'll thrive. This one has gotten very bare. It used to have very many leaves and it was so precious. I'll get it back to that. Moral of the story, I'll get it back to that. There's always hope. Don't give up hope. This is a plant tour. Just like a little plant tour, like a teeny plant tour. And I'm not going to tell you what they are, because that would be a different video if you want it. Thank you. Bye. I would just like to thank you for watching this video and let me know what other kind of plant material you'd like me to go over, because I do have a lot of knowledge. Not to, you know, but I have learned things and I can share them with you. People ask me about plants all the time and I'm happy to tell you. So let me know what you'd like me to talk about more, and I have plans for the future. Thank you. Bye. You know, I gotta just do the thing and get it over with. Stop thinking about it so much. Why do I think about it so much? It's the chaos for me. Don't tell me that you thought that just because this was a plant video that the chaos would not prevail, but it does. I've been sitting here void scrolling on my phone, just staring and just like this, just, you know what I mean, because we all do that for far too long. I've been doing it for too long. It gives me bad feelies and I want to stop using my phone all the time.